You ready to see a viewer requested squishy remix? Let's go.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine.
Hey guys, it's Doctor Squish. Welcome back. I am doing another squishy remix. If you didn't see my last squishy remix, I made that cool bear back there. He's so excited. He's so cute. I really was proud of him. So if you didn't watch that video, please check that one out as well. I am going to be mixing up plushies and squishies and foam squishies and cabochons and pom-poms and all the things. Mixing and blending up lots of stuff into something totally new. Now, this time I wanted you guys to have some input, so I asked on Instagram and TikTok and the YouTube community tab, what would you guys like to see? And I tabulated all of the answers, and what I got was two different things. I got animals, like really high up was animals, and something quirky, something weird was like literally right under animals by only a vote or two. So I said, why not do quirky animals? That makes sense, right? You guys asked for Quirky Animal Squishy Remix, so that's what we're gonna be doing. I found this guy. He is so cute. Now, the last time I actually rescued a bear from the thrift store, and that was kind of what I wanted to do, was take something from the thrift store, but I found this guy at the Dollar Tree, and I was in there shopping around, and he was so cute, and I couldn't leave him, and he's so soft. He was $5. At the Dollar Tree. Look how cute he is. I also got him home and noticed that his nose looks suspiciously like Vampire Kermit. What is this? What is this about? So I also saw when I was at the Dollar Tree so many of these little succulents, and these little succulents were at my Dollar Tree a bin like this big, but I got so many, and when I went to check out, they were 44 cents a piece, not even $1, not even $1.25, 44 cents, and I was like, what if I make a succulent alligator? How cute is it gonna be to blend this cute alligator with all these succulents? I think it's gonna be adorable. Let's make a squishy remix with a plushy alligator, some squishies, and lots of fun stuff. Let's go! Let's take a look at this adorable alligator. I was so surprised to find him at Dollar Tree. He is so squishy. I don't think I'm gonna have to replace his stuffing this time like I did the bear, because he's got that mochi really silky polyfill inside. So I don't think I'm gonna have to do anything. No, but why does his face look like Vampire Kermit? You got me there. I have no idea. So I still can't believe I found all these cute succulents for 44 cents at Dollar Tree, and they just came in this little pot. That is just styrofoam. They pull right out, and I can cut that end off. This is also from Dollar Tree. I have never used it. I don't really like it, but I think it's gonna be perfect. I got some crafting patches, some cabochons, lots of pom-poms, all sorts of cute stuff. Even these cute little barrettes I think are gonna work on here. Check out these iBloom succulents. Oh my gosh, I got these from the iBloom website. They are slow rising. They were capsule toys. They're perfect. And then this guy from the Dollar Tree. He is not perfect. You're gonna give that poor guy a complex. He'll be fine. I'm actually gonna cut off the back part of him. I'm gonna go right behind the halfway point and cut all the way around the squishy, because I don't need this whole big old fat squishy when I put this thing in the alligator's stomach. You're gonna what? You heard me. Are you even licensed to do that? Nope. Anyway, look, now he's perfect. I think this is gonna work out great. Okay, but now I need to make a stencil, so I'm gonna trace all the way around my little cactus, and I'm gonna cut it out a little bit on the inside, a little smaller than I drew it, if that makes sense. Very little that you say makes sense to me. Rude! Anyway, I'm gonna take my little template that I made, pop it right on my alligator's tummy, pin it in place, and I'm just gonna trace around it as well. Now I'm gonna cut out the cactus shape. You can see I'm also cutting it out a little bit smaller than the outline. I want it to be small enough so that I can put the cactus squishy in and have a little bit of fabric to glue along the edges. Look at his squishy guts. Oh my gosh, they're so soft. I don't believe you've ever been a licensed doctor. You would be correct. All right, I'm painting this white fabric paint onto this squishy because I don't like this pastel pink pot they have it in. I want it to look more like a natural terracotta pot, so this is gonna be like a primer before I paint it kind of a browny orange color. I let that dry, and I had to mix up a few colors of paint. Funny enough, I didn't have this terracotta colored paint, so I mixed up a few oranges and reds, and I think this turned out pretty well. It looks pretty much like the same color pot as on the iBloom squishies. I also don't love his flat one-dimensional flower, so I'm going to use this slick paint to color in his flower. I just wanted to make it a little poofier. I mean, that's all. I just wanted to give it a little bit more personality than it had. So now we're assigning personalities to inanimate Dollar Tree objects. You know, I think there's therapy for that. I want to make this alligator into a bubble-blowing alligator, so I'm actually going to cut a hole in his mouth. I'm just using a plain piece of felt and a little spool of thread as a stencil. I'm again cutting inside the size that I traced, and I'm going to trace this same thing onto the alligator's mouth, trying to get it right in the center there. I knew an alligator who chewed gum once. He tried to blow a bubble and nearly bit his own head off. That doesn't even make sense. You don't make sense. Okay. I'm getting the mouth cut out, and then I'm going to lay the felt right on top and make sure the holes are lined up. I'm going to do a little hand sewing. I know everybody hates it when I talk about hand sewing, but I'm doing a really simple back stitch. There are tons and tons of tutorials online. Just Google back stitch. It's super easy. I'm sewing all the way around about 1/4 inch from the edge. Now I'm taking my really pointy scissors and cutting right up to those stitches, but I'm going to be very careful that I don't cut through. I would be so angry if I cut through the stitches that I just made. So I'm going all the way around, cutting little notches, and then I'm going to put all of that felt inside of his mouth, just pokey pokey. And then I can use my fingers to straighten the felt out inside. That's going to make it where the edges don't get ripped and torn. When I put this stress ball in there, I'm using this Orbeez stress ball. I'm going right up his throat, shoving it up his guts and shoving it right into his mouth like that. I'm calling the SPCA. Somebody get Sarah McLaughlin on the phone. Oh my gosh, it works! You guys, look how cute! It made the perfect little bubble-blowing fidget plush. Now Vampire Kermit is blowing bubbles! I wanted to change his eyes up, so I'm going to put these iron-on patches right over, but I can't iron them. So I'm just going to use my hot glue gun, and I'm using, once again, these Sure Bonder hot glue sticks that are made for fabric. And I'm just going to glue these little patches on, these little pink daisies. I think this is going to be so cute. Okay, it is pretty cute, but I'm actually not sure what I think about this. I'm gonna have to keep thinking. I may want to change it. So just like in my last squishy remix, I'm using this Japanese decora fashion as the aesthetic for this whole entire thing. This kind of maximalist, over the top, lots of accessories. So I'm gonna be putting this kind of cute crocheted barrette right on top. I thought it looked kind of like a band-aid on his nose, and they use that a lot in this fashion. I think it's really cute. So in the spirit of this over-the-top maximalist decora style, I'm just gonna start gluing all sorts of things to this alligator. I am using that Sure Bonder fabric hot glue. I wanted to put a lot of squishies on. I want this alligator to be like my very own fidget board, but you know, squishy, plushy remix kind of a thing. I'm gonna start adding in the succulents. This is where I really am nervous. I honestly, this is where it could all go wrong. Like it could be great or it could be terrible. I don't think I'm gonna know until it's all done and I decide, you know what, I love it or I hate it. But I'm just going around and hot gluing succulents and stuff all over this alligator. A lot of the pieces, like this one, were actually toddler hair bows. Like I found packs of toddler hair bows, which were actually perfect for this. I just cut off the little barrette clip and then I had cute little bows and hearts and things. So I found stuff all over the place to put on here. So how did you plan out where you wanted everything to go? I'm just going off vibes, you know what I mean? I absolutely do not. But yeah, that makes sense when I look at all this junk. How can you call all this junk? It's absolutely adorable. My bad, toddler tantrum thrift store explosion is an adorable aesthetic. Whatever, I'm using this E6000 fabric glue to glue on the little pieces that I don't want to hot glue because I'm scared I'll burn my fingies. I may or may not have burned my fingers a time or two already. Look at these tiny little alligator cabochons I have. I have been wanting to use these for ages and never had a project to use them on. This is so perfect. Is that a Koopa Troopa? Shh, just let it happen. You are getting slowly more unhinged as time goes on. Now to tackle the problem of the big gaping hole in his guts. You can see how cute this turned out. Everything looks exactly like I hoped. But even though I cut the template smaller and then cut the alligator smaller, it still stretched out after it was cut. So I am going to have to be really careful how I glue this and take my time and do it little by little so that I can get this stuck around. I'm just going to put the hot glue underneath the line that was the halfway mark, and I am going to be pushing the fabric up so that the raw edge is on the inside. Does that make sense? I'm going around little by little, taking my time and pushing the fabric up, and that raw cut edge is now down inside. So I got the cactus all glued in, but since it was so fiddly, I don't really like how it turned out. I can see some of the glue around here, so I am of course going to decorate around the cactus as well. I can't help myself. But before I do that, I did decide I didn't like the eyes. I'm going to put these like safety eyes on here that go on plush toys, so I think that's going to be a lot cuter. They do come with these posts that I don't need, so I'm just going to snip that right off, and then I can just hot glue it right on. If this were for a child, which obviously it's not, it would need the safety eyes, but since this is just for me, I'm just going to hot glue them right on, and oh my gosh, I like that so much better already. Now I can start decorating his tummy cactus. There's something you don't hear every day. I also decided he needed more succulents. He just didn't have enough stuff all the way around. It wasn't big enough. It wasn't enough. And I found some little toys like this little Heimlich. I thought he would be perfect. So he's going right on there. And I also found a little squishmallows that I'm going to put right in the back. Every time I found something, I was like, oh my gosh, this would go perfect on my alligator. Okay, what do you guys think of how he turned out? I absolutely think I captured that maximalist decora vibe. He absolutely looks like a quirky animal, a succulent alligator. Everything is so cute. I don't know if I like this one or my winter squishy remix better. He is so different than the first. I love everything about him. His little mouth is a bubble blower. It turned out so cute. So it's got this squishy element. And of course, there were lots of other squishy elements as well, like this little eye bloom cactus. These were so cute. I was hoping to put more of these, but I couldn't really find a place. My little squishmallow is squishy, and the little donut. And then the cactus in the middle, it's so cute. I'm glad I painted it. I didn't really like that pink pot it was in, but this is really, really cute and a much better use of that Dollar Tree squishy. I even have my cute little squishy axolotl ice cream cone over here. So yeah, I think he turned out so cute. I hope you guys liked him too, because I think this one is already my favorite. He is so adorable to me. I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching me make my squishy alligator succulent squishy remix. And if you did, please subscribe to Dr. Squish, and I will see you on the next show. Bye-bye, squishy fans.